The Buddha triumphing over Mara. The Buddha to be near the achievement of enlightenment, to attain Buddhahood as he sat meditating under a tree. The demon Mara, a representation of death, violence, and uncontrolled passions, appeared with an army, aiming to destroy the enlightenment process. Mara and the Buddha to be frequently challenged each other. According to Henry Clark Warren's translation, the Buddha to be said, Mara, who is witness to your having given donations? Mara said, all these, and he stretched out his hand in the direction of his army. Then Mara said, who is witness to have given donations? The Buddha to be replied, I have no animate witnesses present, however the great 700-fold donation I give in my immediately previous existence will be testified to by the solid earth. And drawing forth his right hand from beneath his priestly robe, he stretched it out towards the mighty earth. And the mighty earth thundered, I bear you witness with 100,000 roars, and the followers of the Mara fled away in all directions. This sculpture was created in northeastern India, nearby the encounter with Mara. The outstretched right hand symbolized touching the earth, with which memorialized the victory over the army of Mara, as succeeding in the last barrier to Buddhahood. The Buddhist deity White Tara. According to the first Dalai Lama, White Tara is the wisdom, compassion, and enlightened activity of all Buddhas arising in the form of a beautiful goddess. White Tara's right hand, posed in the gesture of gift granting, indicates her gifts of spiritual attainments and Buddhahood to disciples. Her left hand, posed in the gesture of dispelling fear, shows that she protects disciples from all danger and disaster. The eyes on her palms and the soles on her feet show her mastery of the four doors of liberation through which she frees all beings from misery.
The Buddha performing the miracles of Shavasti. The king of Shavasti heard opponents of the Buddha's message, was preparing to perform miracles. The Buddha promised the king that he could perform miracles and specified under a certain tree. The mango tree was destroyed by nonconformists, so the Buddha made another tree grow to full size instantly from a seed. Then he performed other miracles of a kind that manifested multiple appearances of himself, all preaching the doctrine concurrently. The Buddha is sitting beneath the mango tree. His hand gesture represents setting in motion the wheel of the doctrine, which is preaching. Above the Buddha there are small representations of himself. Below the Buddha's lotus throne is the king with respect towards the Buddha, and the other figure is defeated the opponent.
The Buddhist deity Vajratara. The Buddhist deity Vajratara, or Diamond Tara, or Thunderbolt Tara, is known as a provider of magical protection. The organization of its figures adheres to Buddhist texts that speak of her being seated amid a group of 10 goddesses. The sculpture also functions as a three-dimensional mandala. Vajratara's body, her arranged arms, and the figures around her head together represent the universe with its four cardinal directions and central axis. The 8 arms of Vajratara are indicators of her divine nature that carry symbolic implements such as a noose, elephant prod, and lotus, that are also described in Buddhist literature. At once sensual, beautiful, and fierce, Vajratara is a manifestation of the Bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokiteshvara. Her power is here conveyed through her body and ornaments, and an animate presence is suggested by the motion of breath in her belly. Vajratara's 3 heads see into the past, present, and the future, and the symbolic implements in her many hands remove obstacles to enlightenment. The noose holds the mind in check, the elephant prod guides action, and the lotus expresses compassion.
The Buddhist deity Ushnishavijaya. This piece was created by shaping sheets of metal and hammering them from the back to create a 3-dimensional form. The crown, earrings, and scarves were made separately and riveted together. Dollinor, which used to be the main metalworking center of Inner Mongolia, was famous for its works. Ushnishavijaya, the Buddha, Amitayus, and the White Tara are the 3 Tibet Buddhist gods who grant longevity. According to Tibet Buddhist wall paintings, Tara is the first female divinity to appear in Mahayana Buddhism. She is a Bodhisattva, the feminine compound of Avalokiteshvara, and the symbol of compassion. According to Himalayan art resources, Ushnishavajaya means victorious crown ornament, and it is one of the three special long-life deities, along with the Buddha, Amitayus, and Vaitara. This group is known as the three long-life deities of Tantric Buddhism. The practice is common to all schools of Tibet Buddhism. The gender of the deity is female. According to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the eight-armed goddess plays a leading role in Indian Buddhist practices during the 7th and 8th century. The cranial protuberance that marks the Buddha, so she is generally associated with the development of practices focusing on spiritual understanding.
According to the Yogini Project, Ushnishavajaya is a radiant white goddess who bestows long life and grants rebirth in a Buddha paradise. She arose from the brilliant rays of light that crown Shakyamuni Buddha. This crown of glory is an emblem of the supreme spiritual state. The Ushnisha symbolizes the all-vanquishing power of omniscience, which grants victory over death. Ushnishavajaya personifies the victorious force. According to the Buddhist belief, Ushnishavajaya has the power both to prevent ultimately death and to extend the life that has reached its natural end through karmic purification rather than divine intervention.